What are these? Turn to the side.
I think they're very stylish to begin with.
They're ridiculous.
You know what's ridiculous? It's being seasick. That's ridiculous. It's Tuesday, it's time for a new video, but today we're doing things a little differently. A couple of weeks ago we received an email from Åsa and Einar from Iceland, and here is what they say. Hi Sophie and Ryan. Me and my husband Einar love watching your shows on your sailing adventure. Thank you. We live in Selfos, Iceland, and also have a dream of sailing. We are going to Croatia in October to look at a yacht that an Icelandic couple owns. We might buy it if we like it. We have a question regarding seasickness. Have you found something that works well in helping with that? All for now, Åsa and Einar. Well, Åsa, first off, thank you for the very nice email. Now, the short answer to your question is yes, kind of. Let me explain. Full disclosure, we do not pretend to be experts, we are still learning and we will still be learning for as long as we sail. That said, if you think that we get something completely wrong or that we could do something better or a little different, let everybody know in the comment section and help the entire community in the process. If you follow this channel, you know that I am prone to seasickness. The best way that I have found to deal with seasickness is to not get seasick in the first place.
It's not so much the up and down, it's this direction.
It's a rolling, yeah.
And it's like this, that's fine, but it's the rolling that sucks.
When I'm seasick, I am nauseous. I get like really drowsy. When it gets really bad, I never want to sail again. I never want to see a boat again. I hate myself for being where I am. I hate everyone around me. And in the worst case, I want to jump overboard to make this thing stop. It's the worst thing. I make fun of my seasickness because I don't take myself seriously. But on board with Ryan, we do take seasickness really seriously. When I get really seasick and I cannot snap out of it, we consider turning back to port because it would be too dangerous for us to have Ryan single-hand the boat for a long period of time in conditions that we cannot handle. That brings me to what it is that I try to do to avoid what I consider to be the worst part of sailing. Before every passage, I try to monitor what we call in French the 4F. It's a French thing. It says faim, froid, frousse, fatigue. Faim means hunger, froid means cold, Frousse means fear, and fatigue, you get it. And I want to add to that hydration. In France and in French, we say that if you have two of those, you're in the risk zone for seasickness. And I found that for me, it's true. My issue with that is my lack of experience. Pretty much any situation involving big waves or big ships or darkness will trigger some anxiety. Add to that an early morning departure or an half-assed breakfast or like lack of appetite or a celebration the night before with a little too many glasses of rosé, a biting, moist, cold air. I am pretty much guaranteed a one-way ticket to seasickness hell. Usually monitoring those 4 parameters keeps me out of trouble. The thing of that is that it does not always work like that. As much as I would like it to just go away and be super ready every time we go, sometimes it happens. When we decided to go cruise, I saw myself in crystal clear blue waters, in a bikini with a cocktail. Where's my cocktail? When seasickness happens, it's not black or white. I have experienced many different shades of seasickness. Everything from starting to feel a little queasy to empty my stomach overboard and feeling like this is the end of the world. I am going to die and I'm never going to sail again. First off, there are a few things that can make seasickness worse that we try to avoid on board. Smells. All of a sudden, I get extremely sensitive to smells. I was sleeping and I smell something that's funny. And I take one breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths, and at the 4th I'm like, there's something smells, I gotta check it out. So I wake up, I turn around, and I find Ryan waxing the cockpit. Having to go to the toilet when you are seasick can be the worst thing that happens to you. First off, because it's in the cabin, and second, because it's sometimes going to the bathroom when you're seasick is not an enjoyable activity. We found that flushing with a bit of fresh water helps to keep the smell away, and lately we have serviced the pump of our toilet and we've found that it really helps with the smell. I mean, not when we were doing it. It's caca!
It literally is caca.
It was actually quite bad. But after, it was much better. Then it goes without saying, but reading a book, going down the cabin to log, or looking at a chart plotter, looking at my phone, looking at my computer, that is not going to help. Another thing that can make my seasickness go much, much worse are social interaction. Here, if someone comes to me and keeps asking, are you gonna vomit? Are you gonna vomit? How do you feel? Like, are you gonna...
Are you gonna puke?
I am going to commit murder. Another thing that really is not helpful, I would hate if people made fun of me. And this is when I want to issue an apology. Ben is feeling great.
Yeah.
He's in the shape of his life. He loves where he is right now. One of those statements was true. I am so sorry for what I did when you get seasick. I can only imagine how horrible it must have been. I apologize from the bottom of my heart, and I will never do this again. Never. When I start to feel a little seasick, I go to the helm. I look at the horizon and I try to calm myself down. I eat and I drink. I try to stay away from sugar. I like, personally, a good lemony hummus. I try to not eat too much or drink too much at once. Maybe it's not gonna make me feel better, but I know that not eating is definitely going to make me feel worse. I'm so happy I made that hummus last night.
Yeah.
Something that works for me is ginger. Ginger tea is something that I both like and helps the seasickness. I spice up the tea with some ginger juice. In France, I found those peels of antimethyl, which are ginger peels. They can work sometimes and they don't make me drowsy. In Germany, we found some gingerbread. In the UK, we found some ginger cookies, and we go ginger, ginger, ginger. Sometimes kind of took for granted that once I was getting better, I was not gonna get seasick anymore. That day, I was like, oh, I feel better. How great. Instagram! M&M's! Yeah, guess what happened? Ever since I started to talk about my seasickness on this YouTube channel, I received a lot of comments and tips what to do when I am seasick. I've been advised a few times to go lay by the center of gravity of the boat, which in theory is a good idea, except that in my boat, the center of gravity, it's right here, it's in the cabin. And the cabin does not make me feel a whole lot better. A couple of people recommended that I sit on a gum tree. Does it make sense to you? Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And another person commented that she sits on a picture of a gum tree. So I printed a picture of a gum tree. I have not tried it yet, and if one of you guys could enlighten me and this entire community as to how it works, I'm open, you know, anything that works. I've also read that putting an earplug in the one ear that is your non-dominant hand. So my dominant hand is the right hand, so I would have to put the earplug in my left ear. I'll be honest with you, I have not tried that, but I will. I haven't tried mint, eucalyptus, lavender, mostly because like the smells are really strong and I don't react very well to the smell when I'm seasick, but maybe it helps someone else. And then obviously I found those glasses in France, which they're very stylish to begin with. I feel at the top of my femininity.
So weird.
Where they are? I don't know, it doesn't say. Called the boarding ring.
They're ridiculous.
I should have bought those glasses. My birthday is coming soon. There are also those little C-bands that are small bracelets that are supposed to trigger a point that's supposed to not make you seasick. I have tried those before, but they haven't worked especially well. Now they are very widespread, so I guess that people use them and find them useful. I don't know, maybe I should try them again. Also, another thing that I found is that seasickness sounds as easy as just managing a couple of parameters when I'm in the middle of it and I'm disoriented and I feel like poop. I just forget what I should do. It's not like I take my seasickness checklist and try to tick off the boxes to get better. Oh, I'm feeling a little seasick. Let's look at the seasickness checklist. Okay. Country. Drink ginger tea. Yes, I have done that. Take the medicine. That's just not how it works. I try to be nice with myself. Ryan tries to be nice with me, although I'm a little irritated. He's actually pretty good about it. Something that does make me feel better is like a small hug. You know? One thing that works for me is a transdermal patch of scopolamine. I put the patch behind my ear the night before we leave, and that way there is no seasickness. But first off, it has side effects. They're not very nice. They are not really predictable. It constantly makes my mouth extremely dry and like it feels like my breath is terrible when I have those patches on. I feel bad for the people around me when I speak. Sometimes it can make my vision really blurry. It dilates my pupils. It's extremely uncomfortable to read anything, to look at the chart plotter. I've found that I prefer to temporarily have a blurred vision than being nauseous. This thing annihilates my nausea. And it doesn't make me too drowsy either. But I know that the side effect can be so bad. Someone in the comment section of a previous video that we made mentioned that his wife had this patch and that the patch got her extremely disoriented on a night watch. She caught it, but once she removed the patch, it took her a few days to get back to normal. I was also warned about the side effects that the patch can have on your kidneys, and I was advised to make sure that I was peeing with the patch on. I found that the patch is what works best for me at the moment, but I really do not want to rely on it forever. I do hope that with experience will come comfort, and that comfort will help me not get seasick. When it comes to seasickness, opinions are divided. Some people say that if you are prone to seasickness, you are probably going to have to deal with that your entire life. Other people like Ryan do not think so. Ryan wants to put me in one of those spinning chairs that the American Army uses to desensitize its pilots.
I think it'd be good for you.
Look at Ryan's satisfied face as he says that. I refuse. From my experience, it feels like I will have more success by continue to learn about my seasickness and things that work for me. I've also found that in Brest, which is in Brittany where I come from, there is a rehab facility for seasickness. Apparently it's a 3-month treatment. From what I've read, it seems that they've treated successfully quite a lot of people. So who knows? Maybe there is a way out after all. If you want to read more about seasickness, I found really good resources on Morgan's Cloud. John and Phyllis have an extensive collection of articles related to seasickness. The Boat Galley also has some really good resources. If you know of good resources about seasickness, share them with us. Let's help each other to fight together this debilitating condition. This is not okay! Asa and Einar, I really hope this was insightful. I have a feeling that you asking this question means that you are also dealing with seasickness and you have all my sympathy. Ryan and I are super excited for you guys. Let us know if you end up buying this boat in Croatia. Do you have more recommendations or tips for Osa and Einar? Leave a comment below. Also, this is the first time that I do this type of video. Did you like it? Do you have a question that you would like me or Ryan to kind of answer? Send us an email at ryanandsophieonaboat@gmail.com. I will put the address in the description below. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumb up, and if you have not done it already, subscribe to this channel. I mean, I don't know about you, but it feels like we're starting to become quite a fun little community around here, wherever you are, on land or at sea. Have a good day, and I will see you next week. Bye!